Here we go, guys. Just a quick little video here on why and how we went short gold and silver. And as you know, the masses are out there FOMOing in to gold and silver. Everyone on YouTube, just about X, Reddit, wherever, CNBC, is shouting, to anybody that'll listen, hey, gold's going to, 5,000, 10,000, $100,000. Silver's going to, $100, $500, $1,000. Of course, a lot of that's exaggeration. Just like you get a lot of exaggeration in the altcoins, people shilling different coins. Oh, XYZ or ABC coin, is sitting here trading at, less than a penny, and they're telling you it's going to hit, 10, 12, $15 on this next run up. So you got to, take all that with a grain of salt, but more importantly, know how to read the charts. And one of the reasons why we went short gold and silver that we'll show you here in a second is because SP 500. Here's the SPY, the ETF for the SP 500, and had a nice little couple of day drop down, so we got back, but we got back up and over the 20 simple day moving average, and then here we are today, having a good day in the market. So we're back up and over that resistance area. Then I don't know what happened to it, but I had a trend line through here. We actually broke it. So we hit it one, two, three times, and then high odds, high probability that you'll hit it and break it the fourth or fifth time. Okay, just something here, maybe put in your toolbox whenever you see those trend lines. And quite frankly, had expectations. All that gray boxes here. We had expectations, especially here in September. September historically, statistically, is the worst month for the S&P 500, and we thought especially a break here of that uptrend line in the 20, we thought we would continue to the downside. Not that you can't do that, but it reversed on us, and here we are. But we thought we'd come down to that whole round even number on this chart is 600, and then on the S&P 500 be 6,000, of course, and fill that gap. But we're kind of far away from it. I don't think that's going to happen. So let's get right into it. Let me give you our take on oil right now. Yeah, we're short oil as well. We're going to bring our stop loss down, and right here. Because once we're in money, we're going to stay in money, okay? And then for gold, here we go. Now, um, we can't tell you everything, that's, that's for the people that buy the course. But anyway, here we are. We had a real strong time count. Also, we were very extended above the 20, and then we went to a smaller chart, quite frankly. And then when we saw that big sell-off candle up here is when we took our short position, okay? Now, again, once we're in money, we're going to go home with money. In other words, all these exchanges, all this stuff that you see is basically like a gambling casino, okay? And you know how that works. You get a few tips, and then you say to yourself, well, I'm going to keep playing, I'm on a roll, whatever. And before you know it, you don't have any chips, and you're going back to the ATM machine or wherever, trying to get more money and put it, you know, on whatever game you're playing. It's same thing with stock, same thing with commodities, same thing with altcoins. And what we call that, you have two types of people in the market. You have depositors and withdrawers, okay? And we want to make you a withdrawer, okay? Because the depositors are always putting money in the casino or in altcoins or in, stocks, but they keep losing. So what do they have to do? They have to build their account back up, put more money in. So they're depositing while the people that know how to play the game are withdrawers. They're taking the money out of the market, okay? And here's silver, kind of the same deal. Time count, we're extended well above the 20, so we're in profit. So we're going to go home with money. I don't care what the market does. from now on, I'm protected. I got to protect those gains. And then also, let's look at the DXY, the US dollar currency. And let's look at the weekly. Let me see here. Take all that off. You can see it better. And we're holding up here pretty well, as you can see. But at the same time, we're coming into big time resistance. All right. We have this zone, right through here, previous support that held, and this held for a couple of weeks, and we dropped and we couldn't get back up. See all this? We just can't get back up there. Not that the dollar is going to zero tomorrow, but it's under a lot of heavy weight here, a lot of resistance above it, including previous support zones and previous resistance zones that it couldn't get over. So that's, one of the reasons why, gold and silver commodities are running and doing well. But at the same time, you know, uh, market trends and cycles are like a living, breathing organism, okay? And they just, it moves to the upside, comes back down, or, it dumps, comes back up, so on and so forth, okay? So that's what you got to remember. So even in a bull market, you have those pullbacks, you have those exhaustion uh, parts or situations in the market that allows you to take advantage of counter trend playing. Okay, and you can make a lot of money doing that. Not financial advice. Anything can go to zero or $1 million. In the game that we play. So hang in there, and I want to show you what we have to offer you right now. That is our new course, how to pick, trade, and profit from altcoins and small cap stocks. Because altcoins, they're like, I don't know, like a shooting star. I mean, they rip up. We're coming into that time of year that we should be seeing the next off season, the big parabolic, violent rips to the upside. But like a shooting star, they're going to fade, fizzle out, drop, and then that's when we're going to switch over to our small cap stocks, and we play those just the same. And a lot of people don't realize that, but those type of stocks that we're talking about, run and gun, violent moves to the upside and downside, like the altcoins, but they're, in our opinion, a little bit more stable, a little bit more reliable regarding being able to, pick those tops and bottoms in those runs. Okay. But anyway, of course, here we're talking about, the altcoins and small cap stocks. And then we have select, altcoins that stand to benefit from, government partnerships. Altcoin, some of the picks here. None of this is financial advice. Like I said, it all go to all these could go to 1 million or go to zero, okay? And then we break it down, finding the top altcoins and how to look for those, how to find those, and then how to trade those. And then as we move through here, trading those deals, whatever you decide to pick and go with. And we go into detail, how to set up your chart as far as trading view, Coinbase, for example, so on and so forth. And then risk management and your strategy for, once you are in profit, stay in profit, how to move those stop losses, all those little secrets and stuff that the pros know. And then, how to enter, hold, and sell those coins, the art of the dump and pump. We break it down, tell you how to do that, at part location, very, very important. And then give you a bunch of little bonuses here. But the biggest bonus really I want to show you is, the thank you bonus for, buying, investing in the course. And what we're going to offer, we're going to kind of try to hold your hand through all season. So for the next, through the end of the year, the next 4 months, we're going to have a webinar each month, bring you in, answer the questions, give you updates, show you what's going on, so on and so forth. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we will see you on the charts.